ChatGPT just introduced one of the biggest updates it's ever had. It's called ChatGPT Work, and it introduced that along with 3 new models. One is called Sol, one is called Terra, one is called Luna. I'm gonna show you how to combine ChatGPT Work with the best models. I have 5 different prompts that I wanna show you, but first let me show you exactly what's new with this update. The first thing we have is ChatGPT Work. That's what I'm gonna focus on mainly for this video. And this is an AI agent that could go complete tasks for you. So it takes you away from just basic chat inside of ChatGPT or creating things inside of chat to be able to do a whole lot more. And it could access your computer files too automatically. I'll show you how this works. Then we have ChatGPT 5.6. We have 3 new models available, Sol, Terra, and Luna. Now they're available in different plans. I'll mention pricing and different plans in a bit. And we have a brand new ChatGPT desktop app. So this is gonna give you the ChatGPT experience with chat. It's gonna give you the new ChatGPT Work and the codex here. Now, ChatGPT Work, what it does is it actually thinks in the background based on your prompt. It gets all the context that it needs, and it actually hands over a finished task for you. So that's what I'm gonna show you with the 5 examples I have for this video. And the different types of things that it can create based on your prompt is it could create entire reports, memos, and drafts. It's really good at creating spreadsheets and taking care of a lot of manual things if you work with any type of data. It's really great at presentations, and it could also create web apps. And now it could actually have hosted sites that you could share a link to, a very big update. Now there's 3 different models that I mentioned that came out with this, and they specifically are designed to work with ChatGPT Work. Sol is the most capable model. Then you have a more balanced model called Terra, and then Luna is the fastest model, but the least capable in this lineup. And if you have to choose between the different ones, the Sol model, you're gonna want to use it anytime you do any type of coding, typically more complex coding, if you need type of deep reasoning here. And I'll show you the different capability as far as how long it thinks to give you an answer. It has some settings for that. The Terra model is gonna be basically your general everyday model here. Again, it's gonna be less expensive. It's gonna take up less credits here. And then Luna, I typically, when I use AI, don't usually use the least capable model, but if you really need something for fast replies here, this is a good low cost model. For those of you that are gonna build with this and use the API, these are the costs here. So Sol, again, the most expensive here for input and output tokens. Terra is the default at half the price, and then this is the cheap quick model here that's available. Again, this is for API use. I'll explain what happens with your regular ChatGPT account here. If you have a regular free account or a Go account, it will use Terra automatically. That's the default model. Again, that's the replacement for the regular ChatGPT 5.5 model. And then if you have a paid version, any of the paid version, you could choose between the different models. So for my examples with ChatGPT Work, I'm gonna actually decide if I'm gonna use Sol, what kind of thinking capability within Sol. I'll explain all that in a bit, or Terra here. And this one also includes the ChatGPT Work that I'm gonna focus on for this video. So you do need a paid plan to use ChatGPT Work and these better models like Sol. Now the Mac and Windows app also have these same tiers available. The desktop app, the one thing it's gonna give you that you can't do on the ChatGPT website is giving it access to folders on your computer, so it create files on those folders. Otherwise, you could still use Work inside of the ChatGPT website, which is what I'm gonna show you next. Now, just so you see a comparison, if you are a regular ChatGPT user, and if you never use Claude, which is the biggest competitor to ChatGPT, has something called Claude Cowork, which is very much similar to what I'm about to show you with ChatGPT Work. So I made that other slideshow I just showed you with Claude. This is created with ChatGPT, same type of slide, same exact prompt here. It took 15 minutes, by the way, to create this, and I asked for an update here to make some changes, and it did. So I thought this had more details here, but almost too much text for a presentation like this, but it did a pretty good job. Okay, so to access ChatGPT Work, you could do it on the ChatGPT website. It's coming out right now as I'm recording this. And it's a tab right here. So you have ChatGPT, that's your regular chat as always. Then you have this new Work tab that's gonna hand over finished work for you. If you use it on the website, it's gonna create those files and it's gonna give you a link to download it. It also has hosted sites where you will get a link to share a website. I'll show you that as well in a couple of the examples I have. And on top of that, you have different models that you could select from. So the different models are, as I mentioned, Sol, Terra, and Luna. For most of the things related to work, I will use Sol. For a couple of them, I would drop it down to Terra. Why wouldn't you use the best model all the time? Well, even inside of the ChatGPT website, depending on what plan you have, it will use up credits and you may hit a wall and it's gonna tell you you'll have to upgrade or you don't have any more credits and you have to wait. That's why you don't wanna always use the very best model with the best effort. The effort also could be changed depending on what model you choose. So for the very best, the hardest tasks you have, you could choose Sol with max reasoning effort, and you could also change the speed here to the fastest. That's gonna really eat up your credit. So I don't recommend it for everything, but that's the best available combination right now inside of ChatGPT. For everyday tasks, you may wanna just choose Terra here with high reasoning effort. This is pretty much for most things. And then for Sol, I would also switch it sometimes to medium and high. I'll show you with some examples. I have 5 different examples that I wanna walk you through. And I also have a free resource for you specifically for ChatGPT users. It's called 5 Essential Resources for Using ChatGPT at Work. It's actually a really comprehensive bundle that has all kinds of different use cases for ChatGPT with a ton of different prompts. In fact, over 100 different prompts included here. So I no longer do sponsorships on this channel. All I do is find a resource or create a resource for you, and then I share that based on the type of videos you're watching. So this is actually a perfect fit for ChatGPT Work with the new models because this is gonna give you everything you need to get the most out of ChatGPT. And it covers pretty much every business use case. So it has a whole section for sales and marketing, it has a section for customer support, for project management. And one of my favorite parts is this section right here, 100 ways to use ChatGPT today. So it has a bunch of project-based workflows with prompts included that you could simply copy and paste or store for yourself for later use. And with this, you'll get the most out of ChatGPT Work because now you could hand over finished files for you and you'll see those in my examples. I'll put a link in the description. This is completely free to access. Now for this prompt, it's gonna analyze every file that I upload to it. If you do this on the desktop, you could just give it access to the files on the folder. So say analyze every file in the folder and then press the plus sign and give it access to that folder. And I'm gonna ask it to validate the data, clean the data, do the audit for the data, and then publish a website here, a dashboard, and include the data with the regions. And for this one, the one trick that I found, and I had a little bit of early access, so I've been using it more than most people here. If you choose a prompt like this, you could start a chat with ChatGPT and ask it which model it would recommend. So every prompt I did that, and then I chose the model based on that. So in this case, based on this prompt and based on this data, it told me to use the ChatGPT 5.6 Sol model. And I wouldn't do this every single time. I'm just trying to get a gauge of what is recommended every single time. So instead of using Max all the time and then Sol all the time and running out, I'm gonna just take its recommendation here. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this out. And before I do that, the other thing I wanted to show you is you could actually choose a project and create a project. This one on the website is just gonna create a ChatGPT project. On your desktop, you could also create a folder, so all those files could be dropped into that folder and creates new files in that folder too. And you could also give it access to plugins, and plugins are gonna be the context for your business, for your company. So over here, you could see I have some draft examples here for Gmail is because it read my actual Gmail and it found out the couple of things that I need to follow up with. And by the way, inside of Work here, you'll see this little new panel here. So it's gonna show all your outputs over here. That includes any files it creates, any sites that it's gonna create here, and it's gonna have any sources. That's your input that I give it. In this case, I give it to. Okay, so this one took about 15 minutes here, and it actually creates a website for you. So before it used to create something in Canvas mode that kind of looked like this, but now you could press open, and this is a hosted website. So it creates a URL and it's at .site. And it has all kinds of different filters here. Really easy to share something that looks much, much nicer. Now, the site option was part of ChatGPT Codex. It was available in the desktop app, but now as part of Work, this makes it so much better. And they're hosted, meaning you just share this link with anyone and they could see exactly what you've created here. And this was just the first draft. For this next example, I want to show you how to create a trip planner and actually create a hosted site that you could share. So this is perfect for work, it's perfect for personal. So I uploaded 4 different files and I asked it to build a mobile first hosted trip hub with a day-to-day itinerary here, and I gave it everything that I was looking to have included. And for this one, ChatGPT told me to use Terra instead of Soul at medium reasoning effort. So I'll send this out. This one is done, and he did something really interesting that I really like. I haven't seen anything else do this before. It asked me which direction I wanted to go with this website here that I'm creating. And he gave me 3 different options. I chose this one here, and this is the desktop version of it here. And I think it's done a really good job. It included everything that I was looking for, including a budget. And if I go ahead and shrink this down just to show you the mobile version also looks really, really solid here, which is initially what I had asked for a mobile version with a site that I could share with my family here with this made up plan. Okay, for this next example, I actually want to create a PowerPoint presentation here. And what I did was I gave it a previous PowerPoint presentation here because I haven't built a skill for it, anything like that, but I wanted to follow what this PowerPoint presentation looks like. I gave it a CSV spreadsheet with all the data here, and it told me to use the best combination possible. 5.6 Soul with max reasoning effort. Okay, here is our presentation here, and it decided to do a 11 slide presentation. I asked for a 10 to 12 slide presentation. It included all the information we were looking for. And as far as design here, I actually downloaded it as a PowerPoint. And here is the PowerPoint, and it actually looks exactly like the demo PowerPoint I gave it. This is actually the demo PowerPoint that I gave it to find a style and replicate that style, and it was right on there. Now, the next one is to create an entire marketing plan. This is probably the most impressive because it will create all the different pieces at one go. The agent will just do them in step by step. So create a launch strategy here, 10 slide presentation, 5 email sequence, 12 social posts, and 3 ad concepts. All of this right here just with this prompt. And this one I'm going to use 5.6 Soul with extra high. This one also told me to use max, but I don't want to run out of credits for this demo, so I'll just use the one just under that. This one took 33 minutes. So when you do change your reasoning effort to be extra high or max, it will take quite a long time. And my prompt included a lot of asks, right? So let me show you the website first. It's based on some information I gave it, obviously. So it took these sources. So I give a customer feedback, guidelines on the brand here, product brief, and it created this really nice looking website that also looks great on mobile. It created a launch strategy doc here. So this is our 30-day launch plan. And I have been using Claude for this. I've already been using ChatGPT to some extent for this, but remember, this does it all in one go using this combination of work and these much better models. So the output, the actual information is far more useful to you. And then you have your presentation here. Again, it followed the brand guidelines. It looks just like the website here and it's pretty comprehensive. It has 10 slides here. And then we got our campaign kit. So this has our emails, our social media posts, really, really comprehensive here. Okay, here's one of my favorite use cases because it's gonna actually use plugins and create an entire command center. So it says review my inbox, my calendar, anything on Slack here, and then create a 1-page command center for me that includes my priorities, anything that's urgent. I'm actually gonna use the Luna model and at max reasoning effort just to show you kind of what that does. And this is just for this demo here, so I could actually show you the result and not just pulling directly from my plugins. But typically, it will already use your Google Calendar, it will use your inbox, and it will use your Slack. You don't have to have these exported. That's the only reason I added this export here. Okay, here is our 1-page command center for the day. The top priorities, anything that's urgent here, any decisions we need to make, and I could just download this. This is just a PDF that I created. And it also gave me a follow-up prompt here to connect my Gmail and Slack and all my actual apps here, and then rerun this prompt with a new work chat so it could pull directly from not my example files for this example, but from my actual sources. So that's when it becomes obviously much more relevant, is combining those connectors or those plugins with this prompt here with ChatGPT Work. And you could do this on the desktop. You could do this right here on the web here. And I think this is one of the best ways to use it, to just get all your context for the day and get a 1-page report on exactly what needs to happen that day. And I want to combine this with Claude Cowork, the competitor to ChatGPT Work, which has been my go-to app for a while now. I want to do side-by-side comparison with the same prompt, same reasoning effort, and see how much credit he uses, what the output ends up looking like, how accurate it is. So I'll have that coming up next. Make sure you grab that ChatGPT resource to get the most out of ChatGPT. And I also made a recent video covering all kinds of hidden things inside of ChatGPT that most people don't know. I covered 10 of them in this video that I recommend you watch next. Thanks for watching this one.